okay, this is a little bit different. We got ourselves a Mercedes. Just getting to make sure I have permission to take it right now. I'm just getting the owner out here to sign a affidavit because he doesn't have the ownership. But yeah, we got ourselves a Mercedes. I don't even know what type of Mercedes this is. It's a 350 or 450. I don't even know. That's what that manual says. Lots of parts on here, filters. Just buying it for scrap. Yeah, really interesting to derby this thing, but the motor's definitely not gonna stay in this. I know absolutely nothing about Mercedes motors, and yeah, this one here looks pretty complicated. It looks very, very complicated. So it's got to be coming out of there, that's for sure. Frame rails look very weak, but the guys in the UK love these things. They absolutely love them. So they must be half decent, I guess. I don't even know if this is steel. It looks like fiberglass, but kind of feels like steel. I don't even know. We're definitely going to try to part this one out. I'd like to derby it, but I don't really know what the future holds for it. But it's definitely different. It's definitely different. Now, this is a sight that I'm used to seeing when I watch the UK banger racing, is this back end. So, hopefully everything goes smooth. It gets on my trailer, we bring it home, and then maybe we can try to build this thing. Well, we got it on the trailer, but I will say the Germans do not know how to give you nice tie-down spots. So we tried our best to tie it down. There's no live axle in the back. We tied down to suspension bump stops. Seems to be holding up pretty good. We're going to throw it in park, but there's nowhere nice to tie down to these cars. I guess the Mercedes people in Germany really didn't think their stuff was going to break down, but joke's on them. This one's broke down. So we're just going to throw it in park, and then we're going to head home. I don't know if that's doing a lot, but yeah, this is I think this is my first Mercedes. I had a Jaguar before, but this is definitely my first Mercedes. Well, I've had this thing for sale now for about a week and a half, and I haven't had any interest in it. One guy told me it was a cool car, and that's about it. I showed my neighbor. My neighbor absolutely loved this car. I asked him if he wanted it, and he said, no, I do not. I told him that I was going to race it and derby it, and he's like, do not do that. And he's like, you will have the Russian mafia after you. And yeah, you know what? I got no other thing to do with this, so I'm going to see if I can get this thing running on a derby tank, and maybe we'll take it to something to do something with it, because if I can't do anything with it, it's just scrap to me, and that's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. So my neighbors told me not to do this, but I'm gonna do it because derby life, right? Nothing's too good to derby. Nothing's too good to derby. I can take this to the Mad Max race at Sweet Peas, but they changed the rules saying you're only allowed 4 cylinders and 6 cylinders. So they want me to unplug 2 cylinders. I don't really want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to come in here with a mini grinder ever so nicely and just cut these, which I don't really want to do, but I don't have any other fittings that kind of screw into there. Don't want to do it, but I got to do it. You know that feeling when you know you shouldn't do something, but you're going to do it anyway? Yeah, that's where I am today. So we're just going to cut this one and cut this one. We're going to leave it so that there's enough to put a rubber hose there if somebody wants to put this thing back together, but I don't want to. Yeah, anyway, so let's cut these fuel lines and get the Russian mafia after me. it runs. Watch how low the RPM can go before it actually dies. What is that? 450 RPM it was at.
Wow.
Perfect. So there's some fuel leaks, which is to be expected. This Mercedes is from the 70s. We're not getting power to the factory fuel pump. So this thing here, all it's doing is running that fuel pump. And then as soon as you turn the key off, it was instantly dying. So then I jumped the coils with this. It's not running on all the cylinders, but yeah, it's about as good as this thing's gonna get. Unfortunately, I don't think this is ready for the Mad Max race, just because of how bad it actually is running. Oh, better turn that off, just cooking that battery. And I kind of posted that I was taking this to Mad Max, and then I had about 6 people message me and said, no V8s allowed, you gotta unplug some cylinders. I said, well, it's not running on all of them, so we were okay there. And then nobody really laughed about it, so I don't think this thing's gonna be coming to Mad Max, and people like to get pretty defensive when you try to take something stupid somewhere. But this is definitely something stupid. I think the thing that was going to cause me the most amount of issues in this car was the electrical, and I was actually right. It is the electrical. I'm having to bypass and jump things. That's probably why it's not running right. It's probably missing some sensors, because all I'm doing is supplying power directly to the coil from the battery, because as soon as you let go of the start, it cuts the power to the coil, and the car will only run if you have the starter engaged. So by doing this, it keeps power going to the coil, which will keep the thing going, but it's not really how the Germans designed this thing to run. I still think this is a crazy design, like open air intake. I don't know what that is. It's on like a slow close too, so it's got like a little, I don't know what it is, to be honest. It's crazy is what it is. I don't even know the size of this engine, to be honest. I think it's a 4.5 liter, but it looks much bigger than that. I don't know. I don't know how to decipher German. But I don't think we'll be taking this anywhere. And don't worry, I don't think the Russian mafia is going to come here and attack me for trying to get this thing to run. I did do it all wrong, though. I know if there's any German people watching this, which I think is like 0.001% of my views come from Germany, you guys might tell me how to get this thing running. But as of right now, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'd like to do something cool, but then comes in the time, the effort, and the money. I kind of have time. I kind of have effort. I don't have a whole heck of a lot of money to be thrown into something that's just a throwaway car. But I don't know. I have it up for parts and stuff like that, so we'll see what happens. But I did get it to run on its own. Not very well, but it did run. So thanks everybody for watching. The Mafia car is still sitting here. If worse comes to worse, it gives me some bumpers that are probably just skins, but it's definitely different. But thanks for watching everybody. Take care.